Hey guys, it's late night UFC 286, guys. As we always do, we're on fire in UFC. We cashed on UFC 285. I told you guys against the new women's champion, Valentina, the underdog, and we cashed. She's the new women's champion, and there's trifecta in the UFC. Brandon Moreno, Yeri Rodriguez, and Alexa Gracio, the women's champion. So three Mexican belts in the UFC. Now we're going with UFC 286, guys. If you haven't done so, guys, please like, share, tell your neighbors and everything. We're gonna go on and make bling bling. On to the UFC. I always like telling you guys fights on the prelims before the prelims. They're gonna be up early. Just remember this UFC is gonna be in London, and the time's different over there. So the UFC is gonna be up early at 10 a.m. Usually it's in the afternoon, but all the prelims are starting early at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and the main events when the prelims start in the United States, that's when the main event's gonna be. So I'm just gonna be focused on the main events fights, and let's start off this with the women's, right? Great women's fight. Very excited for this card. There's a Jennifer Amelia plus 150 versus Cassie ONeal. Um, Cassie ONeal should be on there. It's one of those late nights that I didn't put her line on there. And I'm looking at her line as minus 185, guys. I'm going to adjust that right now. Minus 185, meaning Cassie is a favorite, right? So the Jennifer, just so you guys know about UFC, Jennifer Mia, she's from Brazil, right? Her record is 20 wins, 9 losses, and like one no contest. Against Chassie O'Neill, she's I believe from Australia, Sydney. She's from over there, right? So she's 9-0. So that's why she's the favorite. But it doesn't matter. I really like the Brazilian fighter. You know how she fights. You know she's experienced, and I'm gonna go with her. Everyone's going with her, but it's gonna be a good fight. Like it's gonna be a very great fight. So we're going on with Jennifer. On to the next fight, guys. Um, it's gonna be a great fight. As you guys see in the background right here, it's gonna be Justin Gaethje. Did I put it right here? Justin Gaethje. There you go, Justin Gaethje against Rafa Fizzo. Hopefully I said his name right. He has a beard like me. I've seen him fight. He's really, really vicious. Like he's a good fighter. Um, Justin Gage is plus 209 and Rafael Fitch is minus 244. There's a reason he's a favorite. He fights. He's an animal. Like, you don't want to be fighting next to him. He's really, really great. I really love his fighting style. If you guys want to like more in depth and stuff like that, his reach, Rafael will have a more reach than Justin Gagey, right? And like I said, doesn't matter. Rafael Fiesel's really, really a beast. Part about that, guys, it's late session, but Rafael is the only way, guys. Let's just take our money minus 244 and run. And the main event, that's gonna be a tough one to do analysis, but I'll break it down on you and tell you who guys are like. But Rafa Fizel, no question. Like we're gonna go with him, and he's gonna cash. He has a beard. He's vicious, and I've seen him fight. I really like how he fights, and he is gonna be like a future champion. He's gonna move up on rankings after this, so he's fighting for rankings to moving up on his lightweight weight class, and I believe he'll get a title fight sooner or later, and he'll be the next world champion. That's what I like about him. So there's nothing else. He's a favorite for a reason. Let's go with them. If you don't like the line, then don't bet on this. Stay away. Right. On to the main event. Right, the World Welter Championship. We got that trifecta, as they say, that trilogy. Kamaru Usman is minus 250 versus Leon Edwards plus 205. Leon Edwards is the home, you know, underdog on London, the champion. And on both of the fights, they're 1-1, right? Usman won the first one, Edwards won the second one. If you guys didn't watch the second one, or if you did, give you a quick recap, right? Um, pretty much Usman was winning the whole fight. It seemed like he was gonna win, but then on the last round, Leon Edwards just went wham and knocked him down. He pretty much suckered him, dude. Good, got him down, and Usman like was knocked out. Like Dana White was worried, and pretty sure Joe Rogan was worried too. And then afterwards on the thing, Kamaru Usman talked to Dana White and he apologized saying, "Hey, I messed up. I want a revenge on my next fight. Can you do this?" Pardon him about that. So he got the revenge, pretty much, you know, Dana White's all like, "Yeah, we'll give you the rematch. Yeah, yeah, you're the champion, blah, blah, blah." You know how it is. But Dan Edwards are like, "Yeah, I'll give you the rematch, but come to my country in London." And then he had no other option, and Usman's like, "Yeah, sure." And a lot of people are saying like, Usman's altitude. Usman's used to fighting in the altitude, right? Like, you know, that shouldn't be a problem. He was really dominating them the first you know, 3 rounds, 4 rounds. He was winning like 3-1. I had Usman winning 3-1. Some people had it tied, but the only reason I see Usman is like gonna be very aggressive and going at him and not be scared. Like, hopefully, it's not traumatized about this. Like, you're like saying, "Whoa, what's the pick? What's your pick?" I mean, this is a very tough fight to break down. Leon Edwards is a champion. He deserved it. He's been good, really fighting really good. He has a good training camp. He comes from a good camp, and it's gonna be a great fight, right? Like my heart, I'm like, yeah, underdog. Go with Leon Edwards plus 205, right? Yeah, yeah. I could see him. He's a champion. Like, don't underestimate the champion. But Usman was a former champion. The only thing I don't like about Usman, like, he's very, how can I say, very cocky. He's very cocky and it isn't that. That's the only thing I don't like about him. But I think Leon Edwards humbled him a little bit. So I think Usman's a little bit humbled down. So if I have to think about that, how is it psychologically and everything like that, I think Usman's gonna win. Just because of that. Usman and like Leon Edwards kind of forgot now. Leon Edwards is the one that's all cocky and I was hoping it would be more humble, but like, yeah, he forgot what happened, and Usman's like, yeah, you forgot what happened last fight, So like, very battle, they hate each other. So but at the end they'll fight, they're just promoting this fight. So I'll I'll go with Usman. That's what I'm thinking. Usman, don't bet with your don't bet with your heart, guys. Always trust your gut, and is Usman. At one point, I had Leon Edwards and made the video, and then I said, "Nah, I'm going with Usman." My gut just said, "We're going with Usman," and we are gonna go with Usman. So those are my fight guys. The three fights. Plan on going 3-0. If I have to rank them, what's my favorite? I really love Rafa. That's my number one. Like my number one I really love. And number two, for underdog, I really like Jennifer. Like if you have to rank them, number three will be Usman. But yeah, like it's up to you guys. Rank them if you want, but that's really what I'm looking for. Very excited for this fight and all these fights, and I'll see you guys on the next UFC fight night. I'll make a video on the card. It should be a great after this pay-per-view. It's gonna be a great fight night. Great fights coming up on UFC. Uh, great pay-per-views. I'm a really big fan of UFC. So yeah, guys, that's what I'm liking. Hopefully you guys watch the prelims, right? Wake up early and watch them. But there's too much competition right now with the March Madness, and now you guys won't be. I'll be honest with you. I'll be watching the San Diego State game, but I'll still be peeping around on UFC. I'm a big UFC fan. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great day. We will go bling bling. Thank you very much.